Hey, hello guys. In today's video, we're going to discuss about electric field and electric field lines, properties of electric field lines, and some important topics related to electric field lines as well. Let's get started. The first topic is what is an electric field? Okay, electric field. Now, electric field at a point is nothing but force experienced by a unit positive charge. Electric field at a point is nothing but force experienced by a unit positive charge. So let's write that out. Force experienced by a unit positive charge by a unit positive charge at a point is the electric field at that point. Okay, force experienced by a unit positive charge at a given point is nothing but electric field at that point. Okay, all right. So now let us write the formula for that. So electric field is nothing but force experienced per unit charge. So F by Q. If F is the force experienced by a charge Q at a region, then the electrical field at that region will be F by Q. As simple as that. Okay, right? And what do you think its unit is gonna be? Its unit is unit of electrical field is, now you can see here, it is Newton per Coulomb. Unit of charge is Coulomb, unit of force is Newton, so Newton per Coulomb. There is one more unit, this is also equal to volt per meter. Now about volt per meter we will see that in the next chapter, electric potential. Okay, but for time being you can remember electric field's unit is Newton per Coulomb or volt per meter as well. All right, and now this electric field is a vector quantity. This electrical field is a vector quantity because you can see this is a force is a vector quantity here, right? Force is a vector quantity divided by a charge. Charge is a scalar, so that also will give you a vector. Okay, electrical field is a vector quantity. Let me write that here. Electrical field is a vector quantity. Okay, so what is vector quantity? That has both magnitude and direction. That means electrical field has a direction. Now let us understand more about, is there a formula to find out electrical field at a point due to a charge? Okay, so that is our next topic, electric field at a point due to a point charge. Okay, electric field at a point due to point charge Q. Okay, so let us say I have a charge Q. Let me write that. So let's say we have a charge Q here. Now I want to know how much is the electric field due to this charge. How much is the electric field due to this charge at a distance d from this charge Q. Let me say this is a positive charge. Okay, plus Q. Now due to this charge plus Q, I am interested to find out how much is the electrical field at this point, and this point is at what distance from this capital Q d. Now what am I going to do? I'm going to keep a 1 unit positive charge. Okay, I'm going to keep a 1 unit positive charge at this place. So whatever is this 1 unit positive charge, whatever the force that 1 unit positive charge is going to experience, that is nothing but electric field at that point, right? Now how much will be the force here? Now in the previous video we saw the force between two charge is given by Coulomb's law, right? Now force experienced by this 1 unit charge is nothing but K capital Q into this, the magnitude of this charge is just 1 unit divided by the distance square. Now what is K here? K is 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught. If you haven't watched the previous video on Coulomb's law and sample problems on Coulomb's law, I suggest you watch that video. You will get more clarity on how do we find the force between two charges. And what is this K? K is nothing but 1 divided by 4 pi epsilon naught. And what is its value? 9 into 10 power 9. We saw this in the previous video. See that this will turn out to be kq divided by d square, and that itself is nothing but the electric field. Okay, this whatever is that force that 1 unit charge experiences at this point, that is nothing but the electric field. I'll just write it as E. So the electric field at a point due to a charge capital Q at a distance d is given by kq by d square. Now if I ask you a question, see this k is 1 divided by 4 pi epsilon naught, that is for an air medium. Suppose if I had kept entire charge in some other medium, then the formula would have become 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught epsilon r q by d square, right? I'm assuming that I'm keeping this charge in an air medium, and I'm finding out electric field due to this charge in air medium. If I keep the same charge in some other medium and I'm interested to find electric field in that medium, then I will also have to include epsilon r. Because since it's an air medium, epsilon r value is 1. All right. So electric field at a point due to a point charge is given by kq by d square. Very important formula for us. And now look at the direction. See, at this point, the 1 unit positive charge experiences force to the right. So that means the electrical field is, we can say radially outwards due to positive charge, right? You are also able to get the direction, right? Whatever is the direction in which this 1 unit positive charge experiences force, that is the direction of electric field as well at that point. Okay, suppose instead of this capital Q plus Q, instead of plus Q, if I had minus Q here, instead of plus Q, if I had minus Q here, then this 1 unit positive charge would get attracted, because it is negative charge and this is positive charge. So positive charge, positive 1 unit charge will get attracted towards a negative charge. That means the electrical field due to negative charge will be radially inwards. The direction of electrical field due to negative charge will be radially inwards, and direction of electrical field due to positive charge is going to be radially outwards, because around the positive charge, no matter where you keep 1 unit charge, this will always be repelled, right? So therefore electric field is, direction of electric field is radially outwards. Okay, now if I had a negative charge and around this negative charge you keep 1 unit charge anywhere, this 1 unit charge will always be attracted. Clear? As simple as that. All right. So now is that we got the expression for electrical field at a point. We will discuss about electrical field lines. Okay, electrical field lines. What are these electrical field lines, and what are the properties of electrical field lines? All right. So the next topic is electrical field line. Electric field line. Electric field line. So what are actually the electric field lines? Are there really a lines around the charge? No, there are no lines really around the charge. It's only imaginary lines that we can visualize to understand in which direction a unit positive charge would experience a force. Okay, so electrical field lines are nothing but imaginary lines. Okay, those are nothing but imaginary lines around a charge that gives the direction of force experienced by a unit charge. Okay, it's an imaginary line drawn around a given charge, okay, which indicates the direction of force experienced by a unit charge. Okay, as simple as that. Now let us draw the electrical field lines due to a single positive charge, due to a single negative charge, due to a positive charge, due to positive negative charge, due to negative charges. So all different cases we will take and draw the electrical field lines. So let us say I want to draw electrical field line due to positive charge, a single positive charge. Okay, so electrical field line due to charges. Okay, so first I'm going to take a single positive charge, okay, plus Q. Now due to this single positive charge, electrical field lines will be radially outwards, because no matter where you are around this charge, no matter where you are around this charge, you keep 1 unit positive charge, it will always get rippled. Okay, it will always get rippled. Right. And now let's take a negative charge. Let's take a negative charge. Now I have a charge which is minus q. Now around this negative charge, you keep 1 unit positive charge everywhere, it will always get attracted. So that means the direction of the force experienced by a unit positive charge around this will be radially inwards. So that is the direction of electrical field, electrical field line. Okay, electrical field line will be drawn like this. Okay, so now is that we have drawn electrical field lines for positive charge and electrical field lines for negative charge, we will keep these two charges close to each other and try to see how the electrical field line will look like. Okay. Thirdly, we will take a positive and a negative charge close to each other. So I have plus q here and minus q here. Okay, positive and a negative charge. Now if you keep a charge here, a unit positive charge, okay, it will get rippled by this positive charge, and at the same time this will get attracted by this negative charge. So in which direction will this move? This unit positive charge will experience a force somewhere in between them. Okay, it's like I'm standing here, somebody is pulling me in this direction and somebody is pulling me in this direction. In which direction will I be moving? Somewhere in between. So at this point the electrical field line, the direction of force will be somewhere here. So like that, at every point in the region, if I find out the direction of force, then I will be getting a line. Okay, I'll be, if I join all the small directions, I'll be getting a line something like this. Okay. So that is the direction of, that's how the electrical field lines will look for a system of positive and a negative charge. That's the direction here. Okay, that arrow mark what I am just drawing now indicates the direction of electrical field lines around the positive and negative charge. So then I can just say it ends here. All right. So that's the direction. That's how you will draw the electrical field line around, a positive and a negative charge. So you can see that the electrical field lines kind of starting from positive charge and kind of terminating in the negative charge. So that's actually a property of electrical field line, which we will discuss in the next section. So if you have a positive and a negative charge, then the electrical field around that will look something like the way that I've drawn here. And now if you take a positive and a positive charge, so let's say we have positive and positive charge, both are positive charges. Okay, plus q and plus q. So now if you consider a unit positive charge here exactly in the middle, that unit positive charge will be repelled by this plus q on the left, and the same unit positive charge will also be repelled by this plus q on the left. Okay, so plus q on the right. So the net force on this unit positive charge at the center will become 0. That means there is no electrical field at all at the center. Okay, electrical field itself is not there. Okay, so then it's kind of the electrical field lines due to these two positive charges are kind of going away from each other. They try to start and come towards each other, but since they ripple, they take a u-turn and go away. Okay, so we will draw that here. So the electrical field lines due to this positive charge will go like that, and due to this positive charge will go like that. Okay, so that's how the electrical field lines will look like around two positive charges. Okay, suppose instead of these two positive charges, if I had two negative charges, then what will happen? If it is two positive charges, the electrical field kind of goes away from them. If both are negative charges, then electrical field line will come inwards. Okay, you just have to change the direction of arrow mark, that's it. Because electrical field line starts from positive charge and terminates on negative charge. Due to a negative charge, electrical field lines are radially inwards. Due to positive charge, electrical field lines are radially outwards. So here the arrow marks are radially outwards, right? Now if two charges are negative charges, okay, then the electrical field lines will be exactly same as what we have done um, for two positive charges, but the arrow mark should be pointed inwards, that's it. Okay, so let's take the same diagram here. But here we're just going to change the arrow mark. All right, and the charges are negative charges, both are negative charges, minus q and minus q. All right, now this is how the electrical field lines will look for a system of two charges and also for a single charge. Okay, so this is very important question. If you are in state board, in CBSE also they can ask this question, but in state board there are a lot of chances for 1 mark they can ask this question. Okay, all right, so now let us discuss about properties of electrical field lines. All right, properties of electrical field lines. Properties of electrical field lines. All right, so now you might have observed few things, like if you take system of positive charge and a negative charge, you can see electrical field line starts from positive charge and terminates at negative charge. I can write like that. Okay, or you can also say like this: electrical field lines are radially outwards due to positive charge and radially inwards due to negative charge, which means electrical field line starts from positive charge and terminates at negative charge. That is your first property. Okay, so electrical field lines starts from positive charge and terminates at negative charge. Okay, all right. And the second important property of electrical field line is they never form a loop. They start from point and the end here. They don't come back to the same point. They don't start and come back. It's like they start from here. Okay, if it is a positive charge and if it is a negative charge, they start from here and terminate at negative charge. They don't come back like this. From negative to positive, again it doesn't come back. It starts at one point and ends at another point. That means it doesn't form a loop. Okay, it doesn't form a loop. Then you might be saying, sir, you are drawing one more diagram, like one more arrow mark like this, one more curve like this, then don't you say this is a loop? Yeah, that will be a loop if the arrow mark, if you are able to start at the same point and come back to the same point along the arrow, but here you are coming in the opposite direction of arrow, so that's not a loop. Okay, so electrical field lines never form a loop. That's very important. Electrical field lines, okay, so electrical field lines never form a loop, never form a loop. Okay, actually I should write electrical field lines due to charge never form a loop, but electrical field line due to varying magnetic field can form a loop. That you will study in another chapter called moving charges and magnetism. But for timing I'll add also that electrical field lines due to charge, okay, due to charge never form a loop, never form a loop. Okay, that is your second property. The third property is electrical field lines never intersect. Electrical field lines never intersect. Have you seen any one electrical field crossing another electric field here? Okay, in any of these diagram do you see that happening? No, no two electrical field lines cross each other. Okay, so electrical field lines do not intersect. electrical field lines do not intersect. Electrical field lines do not intersect. If they do so, why can't they intersect? They can ask this question in CBSE and even in your PUC or like state board exams. They can ask, why don't electrical field lines intersect each other? Because if they do so, then a charge at that point wherever they intersect cannot have two different directions of motion simultaneously. It cannot be, say there is one electrical field like here, another electrical field here. If I keep a charge at that point, it cannot move in two different directions, right, simultaneously. It can have only one direction. So at any given point there can be only one direction of motion, right? It cannot move simultaneously in two directions, right? So that resultant direction, in whichever direction that charge would move, that is the electrical field at that point. If they intersect, if they cross each other at that point, wherever they are crossing, there will be only one electric field resultant of those two. That is the meaning of that. Okay, electrical field lines do not intersect. Okay, all right. And then the fourth point is tangent drawn drawn to the tangent drawn to the electrical field line at any point gives the direction of electrical field line, gives the direction of electrical field at that point, direction of electrical field at that point. Okay, so these are the some important properties. And one more important thing that I'll have to write is electrical field lines are always perpendicular to the surface of a charged body. This is also very, very important. Electrical field lines are always perpendicular to the charged surface, or perpendicular to the surface of a charged body, to the surface of a charged body. Now many questions can be asked on this also. Okay, many questions can be asked. They can give you a diagram, and they can draw the electrical field lines around the surface of the body, and they may, some diagrams may not have electrical field lines starting perpendicular to the surface. So that cannot be an answer. So that's wrong actually, right? So remember, all these points are very, very important. Okay, so if you remember these points, you can answer those questions based on electrical field lines or the properties of electrical field lines easily. All right, and that's all for this video. We will continue rest of the things in the upcoming videos. If you like these videos, please subscribe the channel, share, and click the bell icon so that you get updated for the regular videos. All right, so thank you till then. Have a happy learning. Bye bye.